Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is the 105 leFH18B2, the French Tier 5 Premium SPG that we know and love as Fifi La Pew Pew, but most of the ordinary players know as a leFhy or a leaf blower. This one's on the north spawn of Ensk and it's under the command of Deathnub. Okay, game underway. Well, Tier 7 game, Tier 5 Arty, which means that Deathnub is going to be up against some serious opposition, but it also means he stands a very good chance of getting an ace tanker if he can hit enough of the Tier 7 tanks to get extra XP. And we've already seen where the enemy Arty is located because one of them just fired a round in and, well, it was fairly obvious. Okay, well, there's another shot from the enemy Arty, but the round goes out, hits the VK3002M. In fact, we've just noticed another enemy vehicle down the far end. In fact, it's an SU-122A. And in fact, they've also spotted the M44. And the SU-122A got wiped out. And I think they're now trying to get... Deathnub's trying to get the M44, and I think he did hit him because he's actually lost a large amount of his hit points. So I think he wounded him, even if he didn't get a kill shot. Okay, lining up a shot, the VK rounds out, good hit, 172 hits tracked him. Now if we can do that again, rounds out, another hit, 179. There is an enemy Fifi on the enemy team. I think that's what we're seeing, and suddenly he's coming to view. And, well, Deathnub's still trying to get rid of that VK before he goes after the enemy Arty. Rounds out, and he's got the VK. But up towards us is the AMX 1375, a Tier 7 light. He's headed. Oh, not anymore. He's out the game. And that's going to earn Deathnub a lot of XP. Okay, he's having a look over by the city. There's a number of enemy tanks down there, including an AT-15A, which is Tier 7. So he puts one in on him, but he doesn't actually get a hit. It's near miss. He's trying to line up a shot. Now, the enemy's still got one of their Arty, but they've still got two of their Artys in play. We're now looking at the Crusader. He's lining up a shot, rounds out, just over the top of him. Reload is very fast, it's 7.51 seconds for Deathnub. He must have a good crew. Gets a hit on the Crusader for 124. I think he's going to try and get a kill shot if that guy comes into view again. He stopped for the moment because he knows he's under fire from Arty. Rounds out. That one hit. That definitely hit the Crusader. And yes, he's down to just 154 hit points now, which makes him a one-shot. And, well, we're looking at a T-34 shielded, hiding behind the house. But our AMX ELC wants to try and get at him. Probably not a good idea, actually. It's probably best to pull back and shoot from a little further away. There's the Crusader. He's still there. Rounds out. And another hit for 106 makes him a one-shot for anyone. Okay, still trying to get a hit. Oh, T-3485M. He goes. Trying to go for the Crusader instead. Rounds out. Just misses. It's a good game. He's keeping active and he's racking up the hit points. He's already up to 1,207. Lining up a shot on the Crusader. Just misses him. And the Jagdpanther claims the kill. Or was it? No, yes, it was the Jagdpanther. Anyway, the enemy's got a couple of tanks further north than I'd like, I suppose. That Tiger P we can't hit, but the enemy Arty's been spotted way down in the south, and the enemy VP's in sight. Rounds out. Direct hit! 139. He was wiped out a second or so later by the VK2801-105. We're now looking at a Tiger P who takes a big hit for 148. He didn't like that. In fact, it looked like to me that he turned around thinking, oh, I'd better go and deal with the Arty. And now he's just been hit again. And this time round, he was tracked. So he's not going anywhere, but we've been spotted by the enemy. In fact, the enemy Arty is actually up this end of the map. Now he just got wiped out, so we're now looking at the enemy T67. Just missed him. He's just hiding in the cap area behind that ridge, and not anymore, he isn't. Deathnub's very accurate when he wants to be, and that T67 is no more. In fact, there's only 3 enemy vehicles left. Grabs out. Oh, so close. The Skoda's a one-shot. He could easily take him down, but I suppose the one we're worst worried about is the AT-15A, because he's still alive, and so's that Tiger P for that matter. Now would be a good time to head south for the winter and try and get to a position where he's not going to be vulnerable to that Tiger P. The other arties on our team are actually sticking around in this area, which is a bit of a mistake, I think. We can't see the Tiger P because nobody's spotting him. In fact, the only tank who could spot him is the MX-CLC, although I suppose you could say a Fifi could spot him because, after all, the 105 leFH18B2's got a 390 meter view range. Well, he's platooned with the Type T34 on his own team, as well as the M41 HMC. And here comes the Tiger P coming up to the cap area, and he has been spotted. Now, there's no enemy arties left, so he's not worried about counter battery. I think all he's worried about now is being hit by an 88mm round from the Tiger P, and he is firing at the houses, trying to knock them down. Or is that Deathnub? Oh, no, he's been spotted. He's trying to line up a shot. He fires at the AT-15, gets a nice hit for 69. Can he get another round in? You can see where the shell hit. And another shell right on the same... Or is it the same spot? No, it's slightly down to the right. Do it again. Oh, kill shot. Beautiful. So that's 4 kills now for Deathnub. And he's pulling back to get out of sight of the Tiger P. Okay, he's lining up a shot. Unfortunately, because he's moving backwards, that's why he couldn't re-aim the gun at that point. But oh! He got the rear of the Tiger P and took him out. So that's 5 kills now. That means there's only 1 enemy left. It's the Skoda T24. If you remember, he's got minimal hit points. He's a one-shot. In fact, you can nudge him to death. There he is. He's off in the distance. He got spotted. The AMX-CLC saw him for a brief moment, and Deathnub's trying to line up a shot on him. Rounds out. Oh my god, what a shot! He won the game with a kill shot on a blind tank, or a blind shot on a tank at long range. What a fantastic shot to win the game on. He took out that Skoda T24 at very long range, all the way over the other side of the city. And he did it with a blind shot as well. He worked out the path of the tank, fired the round in, expecting the tank to drive into it. And it did. It went straight into the path of the shell and got wiped out. And this was the first ace tanker for Deathnub in the 105 leFH18B2. Congratulations on your first ace tanker. He managed to get a Reaper badge for taking out consecutive enemies with consecutive shots. He got a Bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. In fact, he managed to get 15 in that game. A high caliber for dealing the most damage in the game, and a Top Gun. With that last shell, he received his 6th kill and earned the Top Gun. His win rate from the battle, 8,497. That's Super Unicum standard and quite a bit more. Let's have a look at team score. 2,223 hit points from that game. It may not seem a lot compared to some of the games we've had for Provo Bob recently, because he scored almost 3,000 hit points, but most of the kills that he made in that game were of same tier tanks, or just the slightly higher tier, and therefore that's why he didn't get an ace tanker in those games. But he did in subsequent games, because of course they were much higher tier and he got more damage. But you can see that if you were going to a tier 7 game in a tier 5 Arty, you can actually earn an ace tanker fairly easily by doing a reasonably small amount of damage. But it was the way he did it. He was very, very effective. Well done, Deathnub. The second highest damage in the game was the T3485M with 2,130 hit points, and the third highest damage was the AT15A on the enemy team with only 1,549. That was their best player. And when it came to kills, yes, Deathnub got the best with 6 kills. 3 kills went to the Jagdpanther and also to the T67 on the enemy team. And when it came to base XP, he's got that one as well. So he's got the top in all 3 columns. 1,248 went to Deathnub. 1,085 went to the T3485M, and 696 went to the AMX CLC Biz. And I suppose we can thank him because he was the guy who actually spotted the enemy Skoda as he was retreating, and of course gave Deathnub the opportunity to take him out. Very well done. 28 shots fired in that game. So he actually had 22 rounds left over at the end of the game. That's good usage of ammo. 18 direct hits on the enemy and 2 penetrations. 18 splash as well. Damage of 2,223, of which 1,615 were at more than 300 meters. The shots into the tanks in the cap circle were very, very close. He damaged 8 of the enemy, killed 6, did 167 hit points of damage assistance, and he got 23 defense points by resetting the cap. He earned 49,845 credits from the game, 65,000 for completing a mission, 14,845 credits altogether, and after ammunition, resupply and consumables and used standard HE throughout, ended up with 91,261 credits profit. 1,872 XP times 2 for the first victory, 3,744 for completing a mission, 749 for this being a premium vehicle, took away 8,237 experience points altogether. Fabulous game. What a way to end it though, to take out the last enemy tank as he was retreating away with a blind shot over the other side of the battlefield. That took some expert working out, so very well done, Deathnub. That was the sort of winning shot that I'd love to play, so very well done indeed. If you enjoyed that replay, please give this video a like, do subscribe to our channel, leave a little comment down below because it feeds the algorithm, and thank you for watching.